What's popping to my GC crew? Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. So in this video, I'm just giving a few quick tips to really help with reducing the amount of breakage that us naturals tend to have when it comes to taking out a protective style. Just in case you guys don't know, I just recently came out of a protective style. I had passion twists in for 5 weeks and I did not have a lot of hair come out as I took those passion twists out, went into detangling and everything. So I thought that it'd be extremely beneficial to just share with you guys what I learned. Okay, so my first tip is to incorporate strengthening products into your regimen right before you get the protective style. So in my regular routine, I'm always using a moisturizing shampoo unless I'm doing deep cleansing. However, right before I get a protective style, I make sure to use a strengthening shampoo, and my shampoo of choice is the TGIN strengthening shampoo that has honey and coconut in it. It's really a funny story about how I got introduced to this product. So I was in a situation where I needed to wash my hair. I was away from home and the only sulfate-free option was this specific shampoo. You guys know, well, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I traditionally stay away from coconut because it doesn't do that well with my hair. However, this shampoo, my hair eats it up. So no, I can't use it on a weekly basis, but for strengthening purposes, it does really well with making sure that those strands are not coming apart. It's not easy for any form of manipulation to break them, and they're not thinning also. When I do that strengthening shampoo, I follow up with a traditional conditioner that has moisturizing properties, and then after that, I use a strengthening hair mask. I opt for making a strengthening hair mask out of my DIY products, and I'll link my strengthening hair mask video down below in the description bar. However, if you're not interested in the DIYs, please know that there are strengthening masks that are out on the natural hair market. One of the ones that I know of that I've used in the past is the Shea Moisture Black Castor Oil Strengthening Mask. So that is definitely something that you can use. The second tip that has been really useful for me is to prime my hair with leave-in conditioners as opposed to using gels, beeswax, and heavy jams when it comes to laying the foundation of a protective style. So the easiest example I can think of is box braids. In the past, when I've gone to the hair braiding shop, what they usually use on your hair is like a jam or a gel in order to make sure that your parting is extremely crisp and that your hair is molded in each part that they do so that the synthetic hair actually has something to grip onto. A lot of the time, if they skip that step, you'll notice that it's easy for the style that they just put in to slip off, which makes you feel like you don't have longevity to your style. So I understand it there. However, those things have sculpting agents in them. Hence, they bind together to make the synthetic hair grip on. And if you keep your protective styles in for honestly over like 2.5 to 3 weeks, you will notice that those sculpting products start binding your strands together and makes it harder during the detangling process when you're taking things out. So I've opted for using leave-in conditioners in order to get the basis for my protective styles. Anytime that I'm going to get my hair done at the African braiding shop, I would either tell them not to put jam or gel in my hair, or I may bring in my own leave-in conditioner and just ask them to please use that. When I am at home, I only use jam or gel if there's a specific area of my hair that I feel can benefit from it. So for example, when I did my most recent passion twist, I put a little jam towards the ends of the hair to make sure that they were not protruding out when I was actually attaching the passion twist hair to my hair. So opt for leave-in conditioners, stay away from gels, beeswax, and heavy jams if you can. The third tip for preventing breakage is to pre-poo your hair after you take out a protective style. So the reality is that because there's a lot of buildup in your hair from whatever style you have in, you want to make sure that you really detangle prior to going into shampooing. And you can do that with a Prepoo conditioner such as an aloe vera treatment. You can use honey and flaxseed. You can use an actual Prepoo treatment that is on the market as well. But Prepoo really helps with conditioning your hair, and it also breaks down the debris. I have also found that misting my hair with hot water helps that debris to break up as well, and it starts unbinding. And yes, you'll start to see little dandruff particles and things on your hair, but overall you will notice that you're not dealing with a whole bunch of hair coming out when you're going through your wash day, because that is where we really start to notice that there is a lot of hair that is missing. Okay, next hack is completely optional, but it's something that works well for me. I do not go into a wash day the same day that I take my hair out of the style. So when I took my passion twist out, I actually did not wash my hair and everything until 2 days after. I just find that the hair and the scalp is really just a bit tender, and it has a lot of tension on it after you're like tugging and pulling, unraveling to take things out. So I just like to give myself a break. It also makes sure that I'm giving each step of my hair regimen the time that it really needs, and not getting frustrated because, you know, it's been a long process of taking something out. Now I have to do a wash day. Now I have to deep condition it. Just mentally, that makes things, you know, seem extremely overwhelming, and it causes you to cut corners. So I found that what works well for me is take out one day and then a day or two later go into your wash day. If your schedule or just your lifestyle wouldn't allow for that, I completely understand, but in my case it worked well for me. And the last tip is to deep condition for a little bit longer that first wash day after the protective style. I typically keep my deep conditioners in for 30 minutes, sometimes even a little bit less. But after a protective style, I usually go for 45 minutes or even to an hour. An hour is really kind of stretching it. I take it too far in that case, but I just keep the deep conditioner just for a little bit longer. I know deep conditioner really stops having its effects after like the 30-45 minute mark. However, keeping it for a little bit longer also helps with the manageability of my hair. So I'm making sure that I'm not tugging, not breaking strands, not breaking anything middle shaft of my hair overall. And so I hope that these, I believe it was 5, I believe that these 5 tips to be extremely helpful for you. Don't feel like it's just customary that when you're taking out a protective style, you should expect to see globs and globs of hair at your drain or in your hands or everything like that. That's definitely not normal. Yes, you can expect, our hair sheds daily. So if your hair is captured in a protective style, that shed hair is going to be caught in braids and twists and things of that nature. But still, there is a certain amount of hair that is excessive and way too much. And in that case, that is what this video is for. My GC crew, thank you so much for watching. People, I want the baddest whining song, listen to the world. Every girl, come on, that's spread out the world.